So you're in the market for the best $1,000 gaming PC and you wanted these specs. The CPU must have at least 8 main cores, 32 gigabytes of system memory, 1TB storage, and you also wanted an RTX 4070 in it. And you also wanted a white build for $1,000 bucks. That's a pretty steep demand. Like seriously, bruh. But yeah, we can do that. And as always, we'll go with our set criteria here in Overseer PC, which includes all parts are brand new, there will be no used parts in this build, and all parts are available on Amazon at the time of recording. Okay, let's go. For the processor, we're going to pick an AM4 CPU, and that's because we're working on a budget here, but we also don't want to sacrifice performance. So what we've selected is the Ryzen 7 5700X. This one's a pretty solid processor, an 8-core powerhouse with 16 threads, 4.6 GHz boost speeds, and because this is a Ryzen processor, you will just need to activate PBO or Precision Boost Overdrive on the BIOS and it should be good. The best part, this one's priced pretty competitively at $165. That's actually a good deal. On modern games, this is very capable and should also be decent for our competitive titles. The processor has a lower TDP of 65 watts, however, from my experience, we'll still need a good aftermarket solution to avoid any thermal throttling. And to cool our Ryzen 5700X, we're going to need this cooler, the Thermalright Assassin X120 SE. Now, if you didn't know, these Thermalright coolers has been the best bang for the buck CPU coolers in the market. This one's pretty neat, comes with a clean tower cooling design, 4 heat pipes, has a 120mm fan, and what we've selected here is the white one to match our theme. This one's only about $19 and that's a pretty good value. For the motherboard, this is probably one of the areas wherein we have to cut corners. I mean, we just need something here that will house all our power components, something that's cheap but doesn't compromise our build. So what we've selected is the Asus Prime B450M-A2 motherboard. This is an MATX motherboard which has the B450 chipset. It's not the latest chipset for AM4, but this will do the job. It's covered all the basics for this build. We've got a little bit of heatsink here for our VRM. We've got 1 NVMe slot, 4 DIMM slots for our RAM. The GPU slot is in there. It's only PCIe 3, but it will be fine. 4 SATA ports for those additional SSDs if you need them in the future. One thing though is we don't have an ARGB header on this motherboard, and this is the reason why we pick a cooler which is just a plain white one. It also comes with the Asus Prime design, which has that white accent that enhances our theme a little bit. This is obviously not the best part for this build, but this board only costs $71, so we really can't complain on that one. This is actually a good deal when we consider the whole package. Now for our system memory, we'll be picking a 32GB kit, and what we selected here is the Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z 32GB DDR4 kit. This comes with 3200 MHz speeds with a timing of CL16, 20, 20, 40. It comes with a gray colored heatsink and is priced at $55. This is one of the cheapest RAM kits that we can find and will definitely do the job. We could have opted for a better 16GB kit and save a few dollars, but in 2024, 32GB seems to be the minimum now for gaming. 16GB will definitely bottleneck you on certain games and will even affect your competitive performance at times. So we'll just stick with this one. Okay, for our storage, as mentioned, you wanted 1TB capacity. So let's go with that. And what we've selected is the Silicon Power 1TB NVMe. Now, what I like about this one is that this product offers really good value. This is priced at $60, but look at what you're getting here. You've got 2200 megabytes per second read speeds and 1600 megabytes per second write speeds. Obviously nothing spectacular, but we do get a pretty decent warranty of 5 years and an endurance rating of 600 terabytes written. That's pretty impressive for a budget NVMe. It's DRM-less and it's Gen 3, but it's good enough for our gaming needs. And before we proceed, if you guys are planning to build a PC over the next few months or uncertain on which parts to get, we do these build guides every month on different price points, so hit that subscribe button if you want to be up to speed with everything on all the components and the PC parts compatibility, all that stuff. We do all the research for you, so you will save a lot of time from Googling. Anyway, let's go back to, well, for the GPU, you sort of know what you want already, right? Yes, you want the RTX 4070. Nvidia has recently dropped the price of this card from $600 to $549 MSRP, and this is to pave way for the newer RTX 4070 Super. So the MSRP is $549, but if you're watching this video, I know that you don't want to pay full price. So what we've selected for our graphics card is the Zotac RTX 4070 Twin Edge OC White Edition, and this one, boys, is priced at $525. Yes, that's $25 lesser than the MSRP, and it's white too. So yes, you definitely want this one. Add this thing to your cart right now before it runs out of stock and changes its price. And for those who are not familiar, the RTX 4070 is a pretty capable card. The 40 series is based off the latest NVIDIA ADL Lovelace architecture, and the 4070 comes with 12 GB of GDDR6X VRAM. And it's actually power efficient. Gaming performance is pretty solid in this card. It comes with the latest NVIDIA features like DLSS 3 and an AV1 encoder, which is pretty good if you're streaming on YouTube or doing any video editing, so that'll work really good. As mentioned, the RTX 4070 is very power efficient. Our Zotac card only requires 600 watts as the recommended power supply, and that's pretty good because we don't need to spend a whole lot of money to bump our power supply budget. We'll just go with a 650 watt power supply. It'll give us a little bit of headroom there, and what we've selected is the Segotep GN650W power supply. If you've been following the channel, this power supply is something which we have been recommending over the past few videos because it offers really good value. It comes with an 80+ gold efficiency, flat black cables, 5 years warranty, and has all the necessary power protection. It's got 58 amperes on the 12 volt rail, which equates to 648 watts on that rail alone, unlike other supplies which adds all the other rail wattage to their marketing wattage. Now this one's only at $55, so this one's a no-brainer. Definitely bag this one, boys. For the case, obviously we wanted a white case to fit our theme, and what we've selected is the Deepcool CC560WH V2 case. This is a white mid-tower case from Deepcool. Really good design, has a bit of a mesh flow on the front. It comes with 4 LED fans for free, and that's always positive on our books. Deepcool's build quality is decent, and this one has a good airflow and also has a mesh top. This case can support up to 360mm AIO if you want to go that route in the future. It also has a decent allowance for the GPU. Maximum GPU link is 370mm. That's actually good. Maximum CPU cooler height is at 163mm, which is also good. The Deepcool CC560W is currently priced at $60, which I think is an amazing deal. So we're definitely getting this one. Overall, we have a solid PC build here. We've got the Ryzen 5700X, the Thermalright Tower Cooler, an Asus B450 motherboard, 32GB of DDR4 RAM, 1TB NVMe storage, the white RTX 4070, a Segotep power supply, 80+ gold, and a Deepcool white case. This totals to just slightly over $1,000, which is insane. You're getting an absolute banger here, so add these things to your cart, boys, before they ran out of stocks. As always, links are in the description. The upgrade pathway for this build would be to go for the 5700X3D or the 5800X3D if you want to boost your CPU capability. If you want more than that in the next 2 or 3 years, you can just probably flip this PC and get a new one. That would be the most practical way to go about it. We're always here if you want to know what's the best spots for your build, so don't forget to subscribe. And before we go, if you're wanting a much cheaper graphics card which is also competitive, AMD has the RX 7800 XT. It's a good alternative, and we recently tested this card on our second channel, so if you want to see that, just click this video right here, and we'll see you guys over there.